Oh, yeah. Is it Tuesday already? Oh, my goodness. This is it. This is the finale of The Acolyte. Is this show going to stick the landing, or is it going to fall apart at the final stretch, home stretch? I don't know. But we got a lot to get into in the next 15 minutes, as we only have 15 minutes until showtime, and that means 15 minutes to throw in your final predictions for this Acolyte show. What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday, and you know what that means? The Acolyte. But this is the last Tuesday for this Acolyte show, as this is the finale with so many unanswered questions. So many. We only have one episode left. It's probably going to be about 43 to 48-ish minutes long. Is that going to be long enough to answer all of these questions? Will Master Soul die? Is Venestro truly Chimere's former master? Will we see Darth Tenebrous? Will we see Darth Plagueis? How were the twins actually created? And will there be a second season? We got a lot to get into, so throw your craziest predictions into the chat right now, as we got about 14 minutes till showtime. Okay, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. First things first, and then I want to show you guys something cool. Okay. Ian, what's up? Aiden Brown, how we doing? Brandon Baker, what is up? Dark Sky in the house. Darth Thor, what is up? Ricky Jones, what is up? Nicholas, how we doing? Chris, what is up? Darth Conan, how we doing? Brady in the house. Cow Edits, what's up? Tiffany, how we doing? Lord Raccoon, what is up? Is your profile picture a raccoon as a Sith Lord? That is incredible. Okay. Starship 66, what is up? Mando United, how we doing? Zoe, what's up? Fearless in the house. Joseph, what is up? I think I hit everybody. If I missed you, you know the deal. Just yell at me in the chat. Throw in your craziest predictions. This is it. What do we think is going down in this finale? Now, I'm going to end this poll about liking the stream, because we got to put up a new poll right away. And it's very important, because we had a poll earlier in the live stream at 2 o'clock that was 50-50, pretty much. Right down the middle. It was 50 to 49. The math was not mathing, but let's do it again. Do you think... we'll go like this. Which Sith Lord do you think we will see tonight? And I'm going to add a third option to this. So your first one's going to be Darth Tenebrous. Your second one's going to be Darth Plagueis. And your third option is going to be neither or none. We'll go none. None. Let's see where you guys are at. That none might actually take away from the 50-50. Do you think we'll be seeing a Sith Lord, a master to Chimere, in tonight's episode? What do we think? John Groom, what is up? What is up? What do we think? What do we think? Okay. Just when I thought I was out on the Acolyte, they pull me back in. Nice, Daryl. What's up? Chimere stole my cookies. Oh, speaking of cookies, let's do this. Ikiru? Is it Ikiru? Okay, cool. Thanks. I appreciate that. Let's check this bad Larry out. What is that? Oh, it's R2-D2. Huh. What's inside his head? Or his body? I just ripped his head off. Okay. Popcorn. All right, I got the popcorn ready to go. We'll put that off to the side for our watching later purposes. Anybody else eating snacks for this finale? We had to break out the popcorn for the snacks, you know? You just had to. Get your popcorn ready. We got how much time? 11 minutes. Okay, 11 minutes. Let's talk about this. There's only one scene remaining. So I can only guarantee that we will be seeing one thing specifically tonight. And that's actually kind of crazy, because usually we'd just all be speculating. But there is one scene that we know for a fact will be seen in tonight's episode, and that is this. This is from the original trailer that was released over 2 months ago now, and it looks like this.
It's time.
That's it. Some space fight, some space chase, whatever you want to call it, through this asteroid / glass / maybe ice belt. I don't know. But it looks like Soul's ship right here, and probably Chimere's ship over there. I can only guarantee that this will happen tonight. It will. And that's pretty wild. I mean, we're going to get this space fight, because we really don't know how this thing's going to end. A ring around the planet. Yeah, I think this is a ring around the planet that they're flying through right now. but I don't know if it's ice or glass or whatever. But let's take a little bit of a closer look here.
It's time to face the past. Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force.
We get another look at it here. It looks like that could be Brendok, as we know that we're most likely going back to Brendok tonight. Nathan, what's up? Dominic, how we doing? Ron, what is up? Okay. But this is the same scene. I think this is going to be Chimere. Honestly, this looks like the X-Men ship, but it's clearly not going to be an X-Men a Marvel Star Wars crossover. At least I don't think. I mean, that would be pretty crazy. But no, I don't think it will be. But what do we think's going on here? Because this is the only thing that I can guarantee you with 100% certainty we will be seeing tonight in 9 minutes. Other than that, everything is up in the air. Will we see Darth Plagueis? Will we see Darth Tenebrous? And will Master Soul die? So vote on that poll right now, because I want to put up the next one of will Master Soul die in this finale. So let's do that. 10 minutes? Yeah, we got 9 minutes. 9 minutes to go. For some reason, my clock on my PC is broken. I don't know what's going on. It's 20 minutes behind or 21 minutes behind, and it's really pissing me off, I must say. Yeah. Okay. Chimere better not be Plagueis. I agree with that. If they change Plagueis' species, I am not going to be a happy camper. However, if we do see a live-action Plagueis or Tenebrous, for that matter, tonight, that would be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, I'm going to end this poll. I know it was a very quick poll, but we gotta get to the next poll before this show freaking starts. Okay. Do you think Master Soul will die? Do you think Master Soul is going to die tonight? Like I mentioned on an earlier stream today, this is huge. If Soul dies or doesn't die, it's going to be massive. Because if he does die, well, that kind of stops the Jedi from ever finding out that the Sith have returned. If he doesn't die, then it might alter the canon, which a lot of fans really don't want to happen, myself included, and it will make things a lot more complicated than they once were. So I ask you, do you think that Master Soul will die tonight? Right off the bat, 82% of you say yes. Okay. Jez says, with a very generous $2 holla, I appreciate that quite a bit, says, any guesses on the episode title? My guess is Rise/Fall. It's kind of difficult to guess on the titles of these episodes, especially with this Acolyte show, because they've gone the route of doing a bunch of different sort of variations of titles. Yes, they've gone the route of this/that, teach/corrupt. I forget what the other ones were, but they also went the route of just one words, destiny, choice. So I don't really know what tonight's going to be all about. I like Rise/Fall. That sounds pretty cool to me, if I do say so myself. Oh, Darth Draft 3R, I guess Drafter. Darth Drafter. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars, Darth Drafter. I appreciate that quite a bit at the night level. I just saw a chat come in. I just missed it. Where was it? Who said it? Oh, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Nice. Okay. Soul throws himself into a big dark hole. Let's talk about that dark hole. I think that was the sort of, the I think it was where this vergence in the Force originates from. It's probably the origins of this vergence that the Jedi were looking for in Episode 7. And Leslie Headland has confirmed that we will find out tonight how the twins were created. It's been a mystery since 1999, for the last 25 years, on how Anakin Skywalker was created. And it's still a mystery, and it's going to remain a mystery for quite a long time. However, these twins are not going to remain a mystery. We will be finding out tonight how they were created. Episode 7 gave us a lot of mystery about it, saying that they were created possibly from the same consciousness and all this other stuff with the Force Vergence, and a lot needs to be explained. And we have very short amount of time to do so, but they're going to try their best, I guess. Honestly, my predictions for this final episode, if all goes correctly, is Sol will find Osha and Chimere, maybe on this unknown planet, and chase them off to Brendok. They will go back to Brendok, and it'll be a final showdown between them. Probably Venestra Rowe will show up. We'll find out that Venestra was once the former master to Chimere. Sol will most likely die. Venestra will cover it all up by blaming it on Sol, because the Senate is looking into the Jedi and investigating them, and clearly Venestra's doing some shady stuff, so she doesn't want that to be found by the Senate, and she's going to keep the secrets by framing Sol for all of it, because her former Padawan, a fallen Jedi, murdered about 10 different Jedi, and that's a problem. So she has to cover that up. And how I think this is going to end, hopefully, in A Man Can Dream, is with Darth Plagueis probably Darth Tenebrous. Now, like I said earlier, creating a Bith Sith in live action, or even a Mun Sith in live action, which is Darth Plagueis, is going to be extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. So I really hope they do it, and I really hope they do it correctly. And we don't get another Grand Inquisitor type situation, you know? Starchip66 says, I think Osha will try to kill Master Sol. Osha trying to kill Master Sol would be a surprise to me. I could see Chimere killing Master Sol, but Osha, she has been going down a dark path. But there really has to be something that clicks that would kind of make sense, you know? Fern Solo, what's up? I like turtles. Nice. Okay. Where was I? Unless it's Lego Star Wars and Darth Jar Jar ends up being involved somehow, which I approve of. Okay, Eric. I like where your head's at. This is the way. Says, what's up, people? The hold might be the fragment. The hold might be the fragment of the hyperspace disaster. Interesting. And creating the crack in the mountain and the vergence. The hole, you're saying. Interesting. I don't know how that would create a vergence, though. But I like where your head's at. Okay. Fern Solo says, the birds and the bees don't apply to Star Wars. Oh, okay. I don't know what we're talking about now. Okay. Yeah. Throw in your final predictions. We got 2 minutes till showtime. 2 minutes. Okay. Hang on. Calm down. All right. Let's see. This poll, by the way, 81% of you with over 120 votes. 81% of you say, yes, he will die tonight, which is bonkers. Okay. Sol, the twins, and Chimere will all die, and Venestra will cover it all up and blame it on a rogue Jedi. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But the twins and Chimere dying, I probably wouldn't see. You got to remember, this show is called The Acolyte. So it's most likely the case that the Acolyte or the Sith or the bad guys are going to win in this episode. Not only to set up a second season, but to keep in with the title. Like, this is not going to be a happy ending, I don't think. But we shall see. Star Wars will die tonight? I'm going to say no. Okay. Salad Von Bacon? What's up, Salad? Says, maybe making a Mun or Bith Sith is where most of the budget went. It could be cool. It could be very cool. It definitely could be cool. And the possibility of it being that actor David Harewood would be awesome. Okay. Let's pull this up on my other screen. I got to change my headset. If you're new to these watch parties, what we do is we put up a timer on the screen that looks a little bit like this. Whoops. It looks a little bit like this. And we press play together, and we watch it all together. So let's do this, this, and this. So I can change my screen over here. Change my headset really quickly. R2, move your head. And let's see. Is it out yet? Put R2's head over there. Change my headset really quickly. All right, we got less than a minute here. Less than a minute. Here we go. Oh, is it out? It's out. It literally just says episode 8, watch the episode now. There's no description. There's no title. There's no nothing. Let's do it. It's 50 minutes long. Let's get it. Okay. We're going to press play together. So do not skip any intros. Do not skip anything. We're going to press play together. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Do not skip the previously on. All right, I'm getting excited. Oh, that's so good. Kill a Jedi without a weapon. Here we go. That was a long ass recap. I mean, it was necessary, but a long ass recap nonetheless. Why did I do this? This is so good. You guys want some? Go ahead. What the hell? What? Huh. Interesting. Ah, nice. Boom, roasted. True story. Plot twist. Can anyone let Soul finish his frickin' sentences? Go get him, Basil. She just say, see you in hell? That's the ship. Did she just say, see you in hell? Huh, so you say. What is Basil doing? What the hell is Soul doing? Stay on target. Stay on target. What the hell? Maybe Basil is a Sith Lord. That's pretty cool. Huh. Another happy landing. Oh, back on Coruscant. She went back home? There he is. He's a senator. Ooh. Yeah, that's David Harwood. Ooh. You got a point. Damn. He's got a point. I like that guy. I know we're made to not like that guy, but I like that guy. Lies. Huh. What's up with like the blocks that we're forced to this time? What? 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 Are you kidding me? Just try. I took a nap early. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not still asleep. That was crazy. 2 for 2. What? I want to rewind it so badly. Brendock. Yeah, yeah. He best be at the end of the episode too. I love that ship. Here we go. Everybody's coming back home. He's like, that's where I almost died to Kelnaka. Come on. Come on. What? How did he do that? It looks so good. So good. It's her literally climbing her way back up out. Oh, it's just rum. Huh. Yeah, he is, John Groom. Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so badass. That's the set photo. Huh. Huh. That was badass. They've completely reversed roles. She's wearing all black. She's wearing all white. She's got a point. That's not true. That's impossible. Huh. Uh-oh. Can we talk about how impressive this is? This is the same actress. That was pretty sick. Here come the Jedi. Uninvited third party. Oh? The bottom half still work? Kill him. She's not gonna do that. Uh-oh. Huh. Uh-oh. She didn't see May, she saw herself. Uh-oh. She got a point there. What? No. What have I done? Killing a Jedi without a weapon. You're absolutely right. Say what now? Okay, that was sick. Now things get a lot more interesting. There it is! That's why he wears the mask. Basil, tell him what's going on. Come on, bring it home. Stick the landing. That's a lot of Jedi. Same as Luke falling in Empire. That's pretty cool. A trail of dead bodies. She brought up a whole army with her. Oh. She's alone. Go fight her, go fight her, go fight her. In his defense, he didn't have a lightsaber. Basil to track him down. Uh-oh. Oh. You gotta go. Become a Sith? That's what she was meant to do? Time to go. You tell him, Basil. Oof. That's a tough one. Pip was there. Ooh, there it is. That's enough. That's the Chancellor. Damn. Friend my ass. Doesn't even remember her own sister. Ooh. There's your season 2. I'd live there. Plagueis? I think it's time you meet somebody. Oh, it's not over yet. Yoda? Oh, damn, that's mean. Master Yoda. All right, is there a post-credit scene? Is there a post-credit scene? Did anybody see it? Is there one? Yes or no? Do we know? I'm going to say no because there was like a really long ending to it. If there is one, somebody just help me out. Grogu's long lost father. All right, let's talk about that. All right, let me change my headset real quick. And while I do, rate that episode, episode 8, out of 10, shall we? Let's get rid of this timer too. Let me put my other headset on real quick. Let me put it on. What do we think of that episode? Out of 10, rank it out of 10 right now in the chat. And I'm going to put up a new poll here as we, of course, shut down this last poll that said, will Master Soul die in this episode? As yes, clearly he did. Let's do this. Let's put up this poll right now. Rank the episode out of 10 if you're just coming in. What did you think of episode, easy for me to type, episode 8 of The Acolyte? Did you love it? Did you like it? Oops. Were you like, meh, I mean, it's all right. Oops, that's Meg. Meh, it's all right. Or did you hate it? Where are we at? Where are we at on this 8th final episode of The Acolyte? Will Yoda be a dad? I'm probably going to say yes. All right, let's see. We got a 9.5, a 10 out of 10. Wow. A 9.5, 0. A 9, a 4. A 9, a 10, a 0. What the heck? Oh, it's the same guy. Never mind. A bunch of zeros from the same guy. Stop spamming, please. 10 out of 10. 9, 8.5, 7.5, 9.5, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 9, 7, 7, 4, 10, 10, 7, 7.5, 9, 11, 6. Oh my God. So many numbers. So many numbers. 7, 10. Honestly, now I'm going to have to watch it again. It's very, very difficult. This is very tough. It might be my favorite episode. It might be my favorite episode of the series so far. Episode 5 was just so good that I still am hesitant, but purely based off of this one episode, purely based off of how I feel directly after this one episode, it might be my favorite episode of the series so far. It's very tough. I'm going to have to rewatch it a few times, compare and contrast it with episode 5. The fight sequences between Soul and Chimera were incredible. The May versus Osha stuff was cool. I don't think it was as cool as Chimera, obviously. Soul's death, Osha killing him with a force choke was absolutely bonkers, becoming an acolyte. Should we just bring it up? Darth Plagueis Are you kidding me? Darth Plagueis, and not only was he not just at the end as a cliffhanger, he was right at the beginning of the episode. They're leaving the unknown planet, and Plagueis just happens to grab the wall with his hand and show his face. Now, obviously we didn't get a great look at Plagueis, and you're not supposed to. He's not supposed to be around anyway. Well, he's supposed to be around, but he's not supposed to be showing his face to anybody anyway. Yoda at the end, just a little tease at Yoda. He did look very old, but that is the back of his head. It was pretty wild. And Soul just came in and said, fucking awesome. And I hope, since you said fucking, it didn't come through. But I appreciate it. That episode rocked. Nice. Need more Plagueis. I mean, you might get more Plagueis. Plagueis was awesome. He looks intimidating. Yeah, he does. Was the zombie dude we saw towards the beginning an old Sith like Revan? No, it was Darth Plagueis. That was definitely Darth Plagueis. Let's see if I can actually find the exact moment. Anybody got a timestamp on Plagueis? Anybody got a timestamp on Darth Plagueis? Oops. It was early on in the episode, I believe, when they're leaving. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Is this going to show? What if I take a... is this going to show? There he is. There he is. I know it's very dark. Wait, give it a second. That's a little bit better. Look at that. First of all, his hand is massive, as Mun's hands are. He's got the glowing Sith eyes. Oh, he looks perfect. He looks perfect. I was very concerned. I must say I was very, very concerned that they were going to make him look horrible. This was the perfect way to go about it. He hid himself from Osha as he should have. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is awesome. Like, can we take a second? Darth Plagueis in 2005 was mentioned as Palpatine's master. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis, Dwight? And since then, for the last 19 years, wow, is that right? 19 years since the Revenge of the Sith? That's great. Wait, that can't be true. How old am I? Wait, math. Yeah, 19 years. That's crazy. Okay, so for the last 19 years, fans have been talking about Darth Plagueis. You've had the Plagueis novel, a lot of Legends material, but we've never seen him. Never once have we seen Darth Plagueis for 19 years until today. This is the day. Darth Plagueis in the flesh. This is absolutely bonkers. Now, we know that this planet is most likely going to be Baldemnik now, because that is pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself, as the planet is directly attached to Plagueis and to Tenebrous. I could just look at this all day. As soon as it happened, I just wanted to turn it around and rewind it and look. Oh my God! Let's go. Let's go. This is like a kid's dream right now. This is incredible. You got the little Yoda tease at the end, which was great. I mean, I was really concerned that they weren't going to be able to stick the landing. This was it. Now, it didn't answer every question about the show, but it kind of answered how the twins were created. It wasn't a direct sort of reference, but John Groom just said, I can't stop smiling. That's a great way to feel. But it just brought the whole season together. It brought every storyline to a pretty definitive ending, or at least to a natural close, and it brought just all the storylines and all the points from the flashbacks to Brendok in episode 3 and episode 7 to all the current day stuff between May and Osha, between Soul and Osha, between Soul and May, between Chimera and Osha, between Chimera and May, between everybody. Brought it all together at the place where it all started, on Brendok. You even got the tease of Chimera. I'm going to take this off the screen for a minute. You even got the tease of Chimera, Venestra knowing who Chimera is. When she comes to the planet, Chimera has his helmet off, and she says, you're still alive. Now, it doesn't, obviously, at the end of the episode, she says a pupil of hers. We can put 2 and 2 together. It was her former Padawan, Chimera, that is. And that makes things extremely interesting with a possible second season on the way, as she just lied to the whole Senate, saying that Soul was the one who did this, that they were these rogue Jedi who were lying to the council, to the High Council, and lying to the Senate and all this other stuff. Absolutely bonkers. And now Venestra's just lying as well. Like, this is crazy. And I just saw R2-D2 come in and say Star Wars is trash. Does that make any sense? Does that make absolutely any sense? Senator Chris, what's up? Okay. Whoa, Sonny with a very generous $5 holla. Goddamn, Sonny, I appreciate that. Says, hey, Mike, oh my God, I nearly pooped my pants with all the nuggets that were, this was the best ending. I'm in tears. That's fantastic. I love to hear that, Sonny. That is awesome. I appreciate the $5 holla. And that's awesome. That's very, very cool to see. And the best part about this is 50% of you, with over 300 votes on this poll, 50% of you, 50%, this is the most by far in this Acolyte show, loved this episode. That's fan-frickin-tastic. You can't ask for anything better than that. I believe, and I'm going to say it and say it now, they stuck the landing. And not only did they stick the landing, they brought it home. They brought it home with this episode. I was getting concerned. Like, yes, there were some episodes that were really, really good, like episode 5. Then there were some that just weren't it, like episode 3 or whatever episode. I thought the back half of the season was incredible. Maybe episode 2-ish. But they brought it all together. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yes, Plagueis was cool. Yes, Yoda was cool. But the episode itself, the fight sequences, bringing it all together back to Brendok, killing Soul with Force Choke. Let's talk about the Kyber Crystal, shall we? Shall we? Bleeding a Kyber Crystal in Star Wars is a new thing to canon. New as in the last 10 years. It was introduced sort of, or reintroduced in the Vader comics in the 2015 to 2019-ish run, whenever that was. And he bleeds the Kyber Crystal. And it takes all of sort of the negative emotions and all of his past to bleed this Kyber Crystal. And Osha does it like that, which obviously shows how powerful she is. This is the first time we actually got to see Osha in action. It took 8 episodes, and we finally got it. It is so hot in here, and I'm sweating because that was so good. But let me go back. When she puts out the blue lightsaber and it turns to red, like stuff like that, new stuff like that, that's just cool. Like undeniably just cool. That's what we want in Star Wars. The fact that Chimere is a brand new character and he's become this beloved villain is awesome. But Osha is just as cool. And I wasn't really a big fan of Osha, I must say, up until these last probably 2-3 episodes, without episode 7 being involved in that. But she's now quickly becoming one of my favorite characters in this show. It's very funny because it's the same actress, Amanda Steinberg, who's playing May and Osha. I like Osha 1,000 times more than I like May. No offense to the character of May, but Osha's just way better. We've given a round of applause to Li Zhang-Cha, who deservingly so. And we've given a round of applause to Manny Jacinto, again, deservingly so, who plays Chimere. Can we talk about Amanda Steinberg for a second? She's not getting nearly enough credit. She played both of these characters. Never once did you think that one of these characters was the other or the other was the other. You knew at all times which character was which, when was who, and who was why, and why was when. That's impressive. And they had this amazing fight sequence with the twins on the same screen. Do you understand how that doesn't work? They're not two different people. They're the same person. How do they do that? Obviously, it's a lot of Hollywood theatrics, but it was impressive nonetheless. Yeah. Holy crap, you guys, what the hell? Ozone with the first ever super chat, $10. Holla, god damn! Says, well, I feel like the episode was cool. What about the fact that Anakin is no longer the chosen one? Did I miss that? Because he is not the only one created by a virgins. Plus, Plagueis would only be like 19 at this time. Well, I'll start with the back half of that. Plagueis would not be 19. Plagueis doesn't have a set birth date in Star Wars canon, and he can live up to over 200 years old because of his species, and the dark side could make him live up to 300, 400 years old. But I would assume Plagueis is at his younger years. Maybe not, actually. He could be about in his 80s, 90s, or even hundreds at this point, because 100 years would make him 200 by the Phantom Menace, which would be the right age for a Mun. But going back to the first part of that, Anakin's no longer the chosen one. How does this have anything to do with that? These girls were created by a coven of witches by a virgins in the Force. This doesn't mean that Anakin Skywalker was created by the virgins in the Force. This doesn't explain anything about Anakin Skywalker's creation at all. And Anakin is definitely still the chosen one. But even that, some people will debate. When Darth Maul dies on Tatooine, he calls Luke Skywalker the chosen one, and Obi-Wan agrees with him. And George Lucas would tell you that Princess Leia is the chosen one. We won't get into that, but it did not touch Anakin at all, really. But I appreciate the $10 holla. I really, really do. Okay. Where was I? How do I get back to that? Oh, my God. Wes just sent in $20 and didn't say anything. Wes, say something. Say something! Ollie with the very generous $2 holla says, loved seeing Plagueis and Yoda. I will say, seeing Plagueis, seeing Yoda was fan-frickin-tastic, okay? It was amazing. It was amazing. But it wasn't just that made this episode so good. Because, yes, those things were really cool, but it was bringing this whole actual series together. It didn't even need Yoda at the end, I don't think. And if it ended without Yoda being in it, it would be fantastic. Still, nonetheless. So it was great. I will not deny, Ollie, it was fantastic to see those two characters on the screen in live action again. Or again for Yoda for the first time for Plagueis. But damn, that episode was good. Yeah. Sonny with another $5 holla. God damn, what'd you win, the lottery or something? Says Vanestra learned from the best as far as lying, because Yoda is the master of lies. That little green monkey is the king of lies. It is true. And at the end of this episode, she's going to tell him the truth, because Yoda can keep a secret, as we know. Yoda keeps a secret very well. And she's going to tell him the truth of what really happened here. Her apprentice, former apprentice, Kymir, is currently now going off and being a Sith Lord. I don't know if she knows that he's a Sith specifically, but she knows that he's definitely still alive, which is interesting. Ozone with another very generous $5 holla says, he was created by a virgins, which is why he is the chosen one. I don't know, man. I just watched Star Wars Theory, LMAO. I just watched a Star Wars Theory. A Star Wars Theory on what? Nice stream. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. Anakin was not created by a virgins. That is never explained in Star Wars canon anywhere. A virgins was pretty much introduced in the last episode of this Acolyte show. So there's still no explanation as to how Anakin's created. This really doesn't touch him at all. Yes, it is to other people being created by the Force, which is similar, but it's way different. I honestly need more of an explanation to how Osha and May were created. Yes, they were created by the Force, by Mother Anisea, but why were they split into two beings if they were from one? I don't know. It's interesting. I appreciate it, Ozone. I really do. I really, really do. Zoe says, give that woman her flowers. Amandla absolutely killed it. So happy to have her in Star Wars. Yeah, and that's the best thing is she's a big Star Wars fan, which is fantastic. Please say this is season 2. Season 2. Okay, let's talk about that. Do you guys want a second season of this show? Give me a 1 into the chat if you want a second season. Give me a 2 if you're like, maybe. Here's my thing. A second season, yes, there is a story for a second season, obviously. They left it open-ended with Kymir being the former Padawan to Vanestra. You obviously got the Senate now investigating the Jedi. There is definitely room for a second season. 100%. There's a story there. Your main characters are all dead. Like, not all of them, of course. You have May, Osha, and Kymir, who are 3 main characters. But Jackie, Yord, Soul, like, those were the core of this show. Soul, specifically, was the core of this show. And he's dead. So, moving forward, you're going to have to kind of shift gears to a different solution. And why would... The plot of this show was May murdering Jedi leads to Jedi having to go back to find Osha, and then this, that, and the other. What is the sort of catalyst for the next season? Vanestra just searching for her former Padawan? She's never going to find him. He's on an unknown planet that clearly is a safe haven, as Plagueis is hiding there. So I do think there will be a second season, and I hope they do as good of a job they did with this first season. I'm just more interested to see what's the catalyst here? Why would Chimere or Osha be pushed off that planet? Like, just train, just stay in hiding. What's the point of leaving at all? Maybe Osha tries to save May. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. You make a good point. Osha tries to save May. That's true. She did promise that she would find her eventually. And now May's kind of looking for her. I don't know. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I like it. Oh, Kristen, first ever super chat with a very generous $5. Oh, sorry, third super chat with a very generous $5 holla. Says SWT. SWT? What does SWT stand for? SWT just likes legacy characters and cries if it's not his way. Is SWT a person? Who's Star Wars Theory? Oh, Star Wars Theory. Oh, okay. Star Wars Theory just likes legacy characters and cries if he doesn't get his way. Okay. Let's not attack other people. Let's not do that tonight. Why are we attacking Star Wars Theory? What did he do? I appreciate the $5 holla, but let's just keep it on the positive side over here. Crimson says she played both characters and had the same facial expressions all show. You're saying Amandala? There's literally not an instance in this entire series where I confused May for Osha or Osha for May. This entire series. And that's impressive. Absolutely. Oh my God, Sonny with another $5 hello. What the hell? Says, we need a second season. We have questions and we need closure. It was said that there will be a second season and the mother with the horns will be in it. I think it wasn't confirmed about that, but when asked, Leslie Headland said she would love to do a second season with that sort of aspect. Yes, Mother Coral is most likely still alive. Vanestra's former Padawan still on the run as a Sith Lord. And May has to find Osha. Osha has to find May. Yes, true. 100%. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. This made me really excited for a second season. I was not on board with the second season before this episode, I must say. If we got one, I would have been like, okay, cool. But now I'm like, I want a second season. Before this episode, I was like, I could take it or leave it. But now I really want a second season. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, Rose with a very generous $5 too says, can we talk about the scene with Osha wearing the helmet and Chimere's eyes turning black? What the heck happened? Was that Plagueis doing something? I don't think it was Plagueis doing something, but yeah, we can talk about that because that was the first scene of the episode. The very first scene of this episode was that. Osha with the mask back on, getting this really cool breathing sound. Again, how can you differentiate? I mean, how can you come up with another cool breathing sound? Star Wars is the most iconic breathing of all time. Darth Vader. But they did. And Chimere goes to touch her, goes to take the helmet off, and his eyes roll back into his head black as if she's using the power that she has and can't control it to get into his head. And he's strong enough to take the helmet off. And Osha thinks she sees May. Osha confuses herself with May more than I confused her with May. Crazy. She thinks she sees May killing Soul, when really it's her, which is bonkers. But yes, that scene was awesome. It started the episode off on a very high note and kept it there the entire time. Indeed. R.A. War with a very generous $10 holla, but didn't say anything. Guys, you gotta say something. Make it worth your money. Jesus. Oak One says, with a very generous $5, says, did they ever explain how Yoda and Mace explain how they knew about the rule of two? Maybe in season 2 they could explain that. I smell a wide Jedi cover-up. Yeah. So honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, the final scene with Vanestra going into Yoda's office and saying, I got to tell you something, that's more important than just showing us Yoda. That's Vanestra not only keeping the secret herself, but now putting that secret onto Master Yoda as well. Now, that doesn't directly correspond to Yoda and Mace Windu in the prequel trilogy knowing about the rule of two. There's a lot more to to explain when it comes to that. But I'd be very intrigued to see where they go with that. But yeah, that's a very good point. There is probably more of a big cover-up coming because now Yoda knows and Vanestra knows. And Yoda's probably going to tell other people too, as he's on the High Council and probably going to tell some of them. Indeed. James, with his very first super chat as well, says, do we trust Leslie to do a season 2, especially if it leads into young Palpatine? I think she can actually do it with Dave Filoni. That would be a genius idea. So the big thing that turned a lot of people off with this Acolyte first season is Leslie Headland. And honestly, she did an incredible job here. Now, this is like, you see what you see. In this Acolyte show, she did a great job. I think, honestly, James has a great idea here. You bring on Dave Filoni for season 2. You please the fans who don't really like Leslie that much by bringing on Dave, because Dave's a fan favorite. So you bring in Dave Filoni, and now you have Leslie as well, and they're telling a story about very important characters now. It's not just a brand new cast with Sol and Osha and May and all these randos. It's important legacy character, or not really legacy, but you know what I mean. Plagueis. Is Plagueis a legacy character? This was his first ever live action appearance in canon, or live action appearance ever. Would that consider him legacy? I guess. Whatever. Would it lead into young Palpatine's a good question, though. I don't think so. It would have to be a pretty big time jump if that were the case. What do you think? Could season 2 be a big time jump? Like just a huge jump to season 2 where it's years and years later and maybe we get Plagueis and Palpatine? But that would take away from the story of Osha and May, because Osha and May would probably be either dead or a lot older, which wouldn't really make much sense. I feel like it would have to be like season 4 or 5 to bring in Palpatine at all. I feel like it's a different show entirely. Yeah. But I like where your head's at. I really do. Sonny has an infinite amount. Sonny's got the GTA hack of infinite money for some reason. With another very generous $5 holla, says maybe the series is a 3-season series with a better closure / ending than the Bad Batch, which questions answered versus left unanswered, like in the Bad Batch. Oh, so you're saying how the Bad Batch season 3 left a lot of things open? I could see this going for a lot of seasons. Clearly, they set up season 2. But if season 2 is a success, then we could be getting season 3, season 4. Like, we don't know how long The Mandalorian's going to go, but it went 3 seasons, and now it's going into the movie theaters. I don't know if they have a plan for a 3rd season for this Acolyte show, but it clearly looks like they have a plan for a 2nd one. Yeah. Indeed. Allie says, I'm so happy to find your channel that analyzes things objectively. So sick of... Thanks. Thank you. Kudos to you for staying objective and giving it a go. I so hope that there will be a 2nd season. Love the story. I agree with that. I hope there is a 2nd season, and I did love the story. But I appreciate the very kind words. I do try to look at things objectively. I mean, my personal opinion is completely subjective, and that's my opinion is not going to be the same as yours. That's for damn sure. And that's okay. Let's be honest, guys. That's okay. Let's not forget that. But yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, the creature looking out of the cave is Plagueis. Yeah, it is. And let's just take another look at it. You know, let's just frame this, put it in a picture frame, put it on the wall, stare at it all day, and just you know. It's so great. So great. I mean, come on. I would turn my brightness up for you guys, but I don't know how. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I am sweating right now. It is so ridiculously hot down here. By the way, this popcorn really was good. Like, if you want good popcorn, put it in R2D2. Wait, pause. You guys want some? There's still some left. It was so good. Okay. Getting a little bit off track here. Where was I? Oh my God, you guys are insane. What the frick? Salad with $25? That's the biggest super chat in channel history. Oh my God, $25 is insane. Plagueis as a Mun is officially canon. Okay, I usually say your money's not worth it. I say do not send me money. That's insane. But that was worth it. Plagueis as a Mun is officially canon, period, end of sentence. And nobody can take that away from us. That is so freaking cool. Come on. Let's go. Okay. That's awesome. I appreciate it, Salad. I really do. I really do. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Oh. I already read that. Oh, what the heck? Oh, okay. Okay. My fault. My fault. I think I missed one somewhere around here. Oh, I did. Okay. I missed two, actually. Ozone with $2. I appreciate that. And Narjo with a $2 holla as well says, may the force be with you. Great stream. I appreciate that. I really do. Oh, I missed another one. Michael Martin with $2 says, Anakin could be a do-over from May and Osha. I don't think the two are connected at all. Now, maybe it has to do with Plagueis. Plagueis learns about Osha. That could be something, maybe. But we'll see. Michael Martin again with $2 says, I think Plagueis has something to do with the creation of the girls. It is interesting. It is definitely interesting. Plagueis and Chimere could have something to do with the girls, as they still have a connection and know what happened on Brendark all those years ago. They weren't there, that's for sure. We know that for a fact. They weren't there. But I can't help but agree with you. I think they might have had something or some knowledge of what happened there or how it happened. Star Wars for Life, what's up? Been a while. How we doing? The best Star Wars show? No. Okay, so all right, I'll give you my take. Here we go. What? Here's my take on this. Here is my take on this. Is The Acolyte the greatest Star Wars show of all time? No. In my personal opinion, again, it could be your favorite show, and that's fantastic. Hopefully, love it. Great, fantastic. It's not mine. It's not. It's just not. I like Ahsoka better. I like Mando better. But then it gets interesting. Then it gets really interesting. I would say I put Andor above this. I think. I think. I'm going to rewatch Andor very soon. I can't wait to do that. But I think I put Andor above this still. Then it gets really interesting. Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett. Those are the only two left, right? I think it's better than both of those. Which is saying something. Which is absolutely saying something. Sonny, oh my God, says, we don't need more movies. They need to focus on the animation and television because the last few movies sucked. Red and Orange versus Silver Monkey Balls. Wait, what? Red, Orange, and Silver Monkey Balls? Okay. I would actually disagree with the last few movies sucked. Yes, you have the sequel trilogy, which a lot of fans have their own opinions about, which we won't touch with the 10-foot pole right now. But you got Rogue One, and you got Solo, which I think is underrated. But Rogue One is a top-tier Star Wars film. So going back to the movies is a necessity. Star Wars was built in the movie theaters. It's going to remain in the movie theaters as it should be. But I understand what you're saying. Focus on the animation, focus on the television, but you can do both at the same time. You can have shows and movies. It's doable. It's definitely doable at especially a large company like Lucasfilm. Oh my God, Darth Drafter with a very generous $20 holla. God damn it! I like just acting really mad when you guys send me money. Said, really glad I couldn't. Your channel? What? Is this English? I'm really glad I could find your channel and streams. I appreciate the positivity, okay, and absence of negative drama. The world has enough of that. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. That's sort of the gist of this place. The gist of this place is in this very negative world, there's a place to come and just talk about Star Wars, have fun with Star Wars, and be positive in this very negative Star Wars community. I like to think, and I think I'm right when I say it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Can I just think I'm right? I think the Star Wars fandom is majorly a positive community. And the only negative people are the ones online who have nothing better to do but just shit on Star Wars. And it's sad, quite frankly, but I still think it's a majority of positive people who just love Star Wars. Whether you love the prequels or the originals or the sequels or the animated stuff or the live-action television shows, whatever it may be, if you like an aspect of Star Wars, then you can talk about it till the end of time and talk about it at a positive light and have fun with it. And that's sort of the gist of this place. I don't care about negativity. I don't give two shnikes about any of that shit. We're just about positivity. And even if I don't like something, I'm not going to shit on you for liking it. Absolutely not. But I appreciate it, Dr. After. I really do. Selena says, did I see that right? Was Soul going to fire on May from the ship? If so, why? Love the show. That is true. That kind of went under the rug. That's a great point, Selena. I'm glad you brought that up. Soul was ready to kill May, or at least shoot her down. I don't know if he would have fully just obliterated her ship and killed her like that. Maybe. Soul was a menace. Here's a really cool thing about this show. Holy shit, Wes. Chill out. Calm down. Take a chill pill. No, I'm kidding. I appreciate it. Here's the thing about that. Soul, the really cool thing about this Acolyte show, Soul, May, Osha. These three characters specifically. Chimere was bad. He's still bad. The Jedi, Jackie, Yord, and the other Jedis, they're good, they remain good. Soul, Osha, May. They kind of ride that line. A lot of the stuff that Soul did throughout the series was questionable. Yes, he is a Jedi, he remains a Jedi, but he still killed Mother Anisea. And you could argue that he had the right to do that, or he thought it was the right thing to do, but you could also argue that it wasn't. He's a very iffy sort of Jedi, so to speak, and then he lies to Osha her entire life. Yes, you could say you don't want to tell a little child that. It would ruin her entire life. Sure. But then you could also say you kept the truth from her for her entire life. So that's what's really cool about this Acolyte show is it took that. It took the line between good and evil and kind of just blurred it. Did Soul do the right thing or did he not? You can really not answer that question without having an actual rebuttal that kind of makes sense. Was Soul a good guy or not? It's kind of all from a perspective. From Osha's perspective, clearly not. From May's perspective, clearly not. But from his perspective, he was doing the right thing. He did what he thought was right. And you could say the same about May and Osha. May starts off as a villain who's murdering Jedi, but it's because those Jedi murdered her entire family. Murder for murder. I guess that's not the right way, but it's a way. Osha goes down a very dark path, but again, it's because the Jedi have lied to her entire life. Just those three characters specifically, it's a very cool sort of, you don't know who to root for type thing. Like, who's right here? Who's really in the right? And who's really in the wrong? You're rooting for Osha, you're rooting for May, you're rooting for Soul all at the same time when they're fighting each other on screen. It's crazy. And you're just rooting for Chimere because he's badass and cool. I am sweating up a storm over here. Can you guys see it? I guess it's not really much, but it feels really hot down here. Wes with another very generous $20 hauler. God damn. Says, great show. And everybody's love for Star Wars shines through. Can't wait for the next one. Yeah. The next one's going to be Skeleton Crew. It probably won't be until the end of the year, but yes. I appreciate it. Mike, Mike, you should start selling lightsabers. I'd buy one. Hell Runner Base. Let me key you in on something. It's just me over here. I'm not some massive company. This is just me sitting in front of a camera doing the best I can. Okay? I can't manufacture lightsabers. What do you think this is? I could give you my Obi-Wan one. I could do a giveaway of a lightsaber. I could do that, but we don't have enough members yet. I want to get it to the point where we're giving away a lightsaber every month as a giveaway, but they're just too expensive right now and we don't have enough members. So that's a whole nother thing. But to think that I, myself, could just be in the back room over there manufacturing lightsabers all day. I appreciate it, and I really appreciate the sentiment of you would want to buy my lightsaber. I really do. Pause. But, oh my God.
I got a bad feeling about this.
But right now, it's just a one-man show. For now. Again, 62,000 subscribers. Maybe if we get to 600,000 subscribers, then it'll be a different story. But right now, it's just me. I appreciate it, though. Steven says, why does it seem like a kid's show while blurring the lines between good and evil? Why does it feel like a kid's show? Well, here's the thing. This show did it was the closest thing to a rated R Star Wars show as you're going to get. And I think it did a very good job of that. You got people slicing off heads, choking to death, necks being snapped, all this crazy stuff. But it's still a kid's show. Because that's what Star Wars is. It's made for, like George Lucas said, 12-year-olds. It's always supposed to be made for 12-year-olds. So they probably had some more gruesome scenes, if I were to guess. I mean, how much more gruesome can it get? You snapped Yord's neck on the screen. Literally snapped his neck on screen. So that's pretty bad. You just choked Soul to death on the screen. If I had a kid, I would not be. If I had a 12-year-old, I probably wouldn't be showing him that. Just gotta be honest. Probably not. But Star Wars is always supposed to be made for kids. So there's always that aspect to it. And now you have sort of, think about Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, personally, is my favorite Star Wars movie. You got Anakin burning alive. You got Anakin chopping Dooku's head off. Palpatine sort of just burning himself with Force lightning. Windu getting his arm chopped off, thrown out a window. Like, you got a bunch of crazy stuff going on in that movie that clearly would not be good to show a little child. And yet, Star Wars is made for kids. Holy crap, it is hot down here. Sonny, God damn it, Sonny. Where is all this money coming from? Says, we don't know who killed those witches. And I wish Disney would have taken wouldn't take so long between seasons. Waiting is so annoying. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. We still don't know who killed the witches. Indara did. Indara killed the witches. And the second half, wish Disney didn't take so long in between seasons. I disagree. And here's why. I like that they take a long time in between seasons because by the time season 2 comes around, you're going to watch season 1 again. And that just excites me. Getting the chance to take a long time off of The Acolyte, kind of forget what happened a little bit, and then rewatch it right before season 2 comes out is awesome. Also, there's so many Star Wars projects before that. Think about it. Ahsoka season 1 came out last year. Season 2 is probably not going to come out till the end of next year, if not even the following year. In between that, you got the Bad Batch season 3, Acolyte, Skeleton Crew, Star Wars Outlaws, so that's a video game, whatever. Andor season 2, maybe another animated show. So there's always stuff coming. And yes, you have to wait till season 2, but, you know, there's always stuff in the works. Dova with a very generous $20 of some sort of currency. I appreciate it. It says, just found your channel amidst all the hate on The Acolyte, and it's just so refreshing to see someone who is actually just a fan enjoying Star Wars. Also, I totally nerded out seeing Plagueis. That was so good. Hope we get a season 2. Yes. Just yes. That's exactly the goal here. We're just Star Wars fans nerding out. That's it. Plain and simple. And yes, seeing Plagueis, I'm going to cry myself to sleep of happy tears. It was awesome. It was so awesome. I want more of him. I absolutely want more of him. But it was awesome. And I appreciate it, Dova. I really do. Salt with a very generous $10 says, big question coming out of this season for me is, whose side is Venestra on? She's both hiding the Sith and framing Soul, secretly communicating and trying to create hate for the Jedi in May's heart. Whose side is Venestra on? I would say the Jedi's. I don't think Venestra's plotting over here some crazy schemes to sort of just go against the Jedi. I don't think she's like a dark side user trying to mess with the Jedi Order. No. I think she's just trying to do what she thinks is best. And let's be honest, what else was she going to do here? The Senate is trying to investigate the Jedi Order. If that happens, you heard what that senator said. What was his name? Somebody in the chat help me out. Senator, does it start with a B? No, Raven something? No, whatever. The guy, David Harewood, the senator that he plays. he was literally saying that he doesn't want the Jedi to be in charge. He doesn't want the Jedi to be in charge at all, which is a problem. And Venestra hears that, and she has to save her own ass. Clearly, he knows, as he says to her, that Jedi are dying, and there's this massive investigation happening behind the scenes. And she has to get behind that. Pinning it on Soul is genius. Ravencourt, or Ravencourt, something like that. Cool. Thanks, Ship. Yeah, absolutely. So whose side Venestra on is your question, Salt? The Jedi's. I don't think she's trying to kill the Jedi from the inside out. I don't think anything like that. I think she's just sort of the perfect example of the corruption of the Jedi. They're politicians now. The High Council's politicians. And honestly, Venestra is trying to avoid that. So it'll get a lot worse by the time of the prequel trilogy, but Venestra is sort of the beginning of that. And she's been around for 100 years, so she's been doing this. Yeah. You could probably argue that she's the start of this. Yeah. Darth Drafter with the very generous $10 says, here's a little extra towards a portable AC unit. Thanks, Darth Drafter. Maybe I'll get one. No, I think it's just a really hot day out where I am. I think it got up to like 97, 98 today, which is crazy. It was really hot, and I think it's still hot now. But I appreciate it. I do. That's funny. Wes says, check out my store. You got a store, Wes? How do I do that? I appreciate it, Wes. Jason says, with a very generous $5 holla, the Venestra / Chimere thing, you think it's really that character? We'll get to it. Hang on. Is a marketing ploy. So fans go back to the High Republic material for their backstory. Keep the High Republic and EU tie-ins coming. I agree with that. Keep the Legends and other tie-ins coming. Because yes, you're tying in to the High Republic books with Venestra Rowe. That's a canon character who already exists in canon. If you want to learn more about her, go read the High Republic novels. But you're also bringing in Legends as well. Plagueis, of course, he's canon, but he's Legends for the most part. You know what I mean? And then of course Cortosis and all these other aspects. But going back to your first thing, Venestra and Chimere, you think it is how do you pronounce it? Imri, whatever. I don't think so. They look completely different. But I like where your head's at. Sonny, stop. Just stop. Full stop. I appreciate it, though. Says, I wouldn't want the Jedi to be in charge. Thanks to the lies, it nearly wiped out the Jedi, and it starts with Venestra. Well, yeah, that's what this show is showing us. The Jedi are corrupted by politics. We see it clearly, blatantly clearly, in the prequel trilogy, but this is the beginning of that. This is just the start. Because you have the High Republic Jedi who are the keepers of the peace. And then slowly but surely, they become corrupted by politics, corrupted by fear, and then by the time of the prequel trilogy, they're completely corrupted. And that's how Palpatine rises to power right under their nose, and that's how Anakin falls to the dark side. The Chosen One is right in their hands, and they lose him, and they all die. It had to be a slow process of over 100 years, or else it would just feel too forced, you know? Yeah, no? Did I miss one? I think I missed one over here. I did not. Okay. Well, I appreciate it nonetheless. Okay. You guys are insanely generous tonight, and I could not tell you how much I appreciate it. It's absolutely insane. Oh, I did miss one. It was Sunny again. Revenge of the Sith fight scene with Anakin and Obi-Wan. Oh my God, I cried at the beauty of the fight, and the dialogue between them, in my opinion, is Oscar winning. You say that. But when that movie came out, the amount of shit that they got for the dialogue in Revenge of the Sith was insane. So it is a whole just perspective thing. You can view something completely different than somebody else. It's wild. Yeah. I love that we saw Plagueis, but I need to hear his voice. Honestly, with a character like Darth Plagueis, less is more. It's like a character like Yoda. Less is more. We didn't even see Yoda's face, which I'm perfectly fine with, because less is more. You know? Yeah, I know. Salt says, I'm just grateful to have a friendly place to come in after the show. Well, I appreciate that, Salt, and I hope this is that place. We try our best. Freddie B says, how many Jedi died to bring balance to the Force? All of them. Pretty much all of them. Except for a handful. Cal Kestis, Obi-Wan, Yoda. Pretty much all of them. There's more, but pretty much all of them. Obi-Wan and Yoda lied to Luke from a certain point of view. When? I think they more kept the truth from Luke. That's more so the case here. Yeah. Indeed. Greg, what's up with the all caps, buddy? Plagueis is Nosferatu? Kinda. Cooley says, I feel like the main purpose of the Jedi is to permit Sith from gaining numbers after the Great War in battling the two. Well, the Sith went to the rule of two on their own. So they kind of just did that themselves. But yes, the Jedi were there to oppose the Sith. They were at a constant civil war, or I guess just a war, for thousands of years. And then when the Sith went to the rule of two, the war ended. And the Jedi kind of lost their purpose, kind of like what you're saying, Cooley. So, yeah, and then when the Sith come back, they regain their purpose. But that's kind of too little too late. Yeah. Luke's new Jedi Order in the EU fixed most, not all, but most of the mistakes of the old Jedi Order. That is true. Luke's Jedi Order in the extended universe, or Legends, I should say, whatever you want to call it, I guess, did fix a lot of the issues of the Jedi Council that came before. And that's kind of what the sequels in The Last Jedi tried to explain. As much as I don't like what they did with Luke's character in the sequel trilogy, that's what they tried to explain in The Last Jedi. When Luke is training Rey, he's trying to explain to her, look, the Jedi at their peak allowed Palpatine to rise to power under their noses and allowed the Chosen One to fall to the dark side. And he's got a point there. He does. And his Jedi Order was supposed to change that. And we haven't gotten that yet. We haven't seen Luke's Jedi Order at all. And I want to see it. I want to see it. Whether it's an animation, live action, whatever. Lucasfilm, if you're watching, I want to see it. Give us Luke's Jedi Temple, please. Even in animation. I'd be totally down for it. Yeah. Wes with the very generous, oh my God, 20 again, says Nighthawk Toys. Thanks, great show. Nighthawk Toys. Oh, that's your store, you're saying? Nighthawk Toys. Let's look it up. Nighthawk Toys. I don't think this is what you mean. But I'll keep looking after the show. I appreciate it. Sonny with another, oh my God, says, Mike, out of my friends in fan club who have seen that movie way back when I was only one, who gave a standing ovation, I took a lot of crap, LOL. Oh, I was the only one who gave a standing ovation. For which movie? Revenge of the Sith? I'm confused. Which movie, Sonny? Just put it in the chat. You don't have to send more money, but just put it in the chat. But that's awesome. The bleeding of the Kyber crystal made me scream. I was so pumped. Oh, me too. I mean, come on. Come on. That was so cool. I can already see it now. People are just going to absolutely just crap on it, but it was cool nonetheless. Why are you all in cap locks? People are excited. I understand. And people like to voice their opinions in all caps, but it was just funny. It's funny. It is funny. All right, I do have to get on out of here very soon. I will stick around for a little bit. We can still celebrate this, but I got to go make this breakdown video. The final breakdown for the finale of this insaneness. Got to do it. Revenge of the Sith. Okay, Sonny. I wish I was old enough to go watch Revenge of the Sith in the theaters when it came out. My biggest gripe is not being older. Hey, Mike, have they ever explained Mace Windu's purple lightsaber in canon? Well, now there's a lot of explanations to different colors of lightsabers, but at the time, it was just Samuel L. Jackson asking for it. Yeah. This is, of course, infamous video of Samuel L. Jackson asking George, and he says, what color lightsaber can I have? And he says, well, lightsabers are blue and green. And he says, what about purple? And he thinks about it, and he says, maybe we'll get purple. So that's kind of where it came from. Now, the canon explanation is a little bit different because all different colors of lightsabers have their own meaning, technically. But when they were first created, they didn't have one. Yeah. Zoe says, do we think that Plagueis was spying on Osha and Chimere's interactions on the unnamed planet? I wouldn't say spying, but maybe. I mean, it is definitely possible that he was spying. Here's the thing. Plagueis is in the rule of two. So Chimere is his apprentice. That is true. Osha became the titular Acolyte at the end of the show. A round of applause for Osha. Congratulations, you are the Acolyte. But how does Plagueis feel about that? Does he want Chimere to have an Acolyte? I don't know. I let's go ask him. Hang on. I think we have him on the line. Plagueis, are you there? Plagueis? Calling in Plagueis. Do you want your apprentice to have an apprentice? Good answer. Okay, yeah, no, I have no idea. I have no clue. I think we will have to wait for season 2 to probably find that one out. Dova with a very generous $20 again of some insane currency says, I wonder if Plagueis was drawn to the location by what happened with Osha at the beginning of the episode. Whoa, there's a fly in here. Hang on. Oh, did I get it? I got it! Okay. What happened with Osha at the beginning of the episode, as I'd imagine that was very force-heavy event with the vision of the future and how she sent Chimere out of his body. No, I actually don't think so. Because Osha had the helmet on. The helmet is supposed to sort of not allow anybody to get into your head. That's kind of more so the gist of it. That's why Chimere couldn't see what she saw in her own head. Yeah. What I really liked about this episode was Osha was forced to go with Chimere, and we slowly saw her fall to the dark side. Obviously, when she realized what is actually going on here, that's when she turned fully and force choked Soul to death. It's still like processing in my head how insane that episode was. Okay. Sunny with a very generous $5 holla says, Mike, I truly enjoy your channel. It's a safe place to celebrate all things Star Wars, and I will continue to support you. Keep up the good work. Well, Sunny, I appreciate it more than you will ever know. You are insane for sending me all this money. Absolutely insane. So I appreciate it quite a bit. And thank you. Thank you very much. A little Elvis for you. Mr. Word says, please, somebody tell me, what does Chimere have anything to do with any of this? Well, I mean, he is the main villain of the show. I'm confused by that one. Is he not the main villain of the show? T. Anderson says, she turned without realizing or choosing it. Yeah, it just kind of happened. And then she just emotionally breaks down afterwards because she's like, I just joined the dark side and I didn't even mean to do it. It was crazy. Yeah. Zoe says, the force choke was cold. Loved it. So hard to watch the tears falling from both of their eyes as it happened. I know. She literally was trying so hard not to fall to the dark side, but because of what Soul did, there was nothing. There was nothing she could do. It's crazy. Salt says, no Chimere, no show. Pretty much. I mean, he was the main antagonist of the show. Kim says, yes, Plagueis just killed Tenebrous, and Chimere is Tenebrous' secret apprentice. No, I don't think so. I think Tenebrous is long gone. I don't think Plagueis just killed him moments ago. No. I don't think so. Oh, Dova. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars, Dova. I appreciate that at the Padawan level. Yeah, so if you want to become a member, it's instant access to the giveaways at the end of every month. The giveaways just keep getting bigger as we keep getting more members. Sorry. And I appreciate that, Dova. Where was I, though? Schnikes. Where was I? Oh, Senator Chris says, Sith apprentices are usually plotting to kill their masters, so I don't think that Plagueis would want Chimere to have an apprentice. Although I agree with that, I kind of don't. Plagueis, we know for a fact that Plagueis outlives the both of them. He outlives the both of them and ends up having a different apprentice later on. So maybe he doesn't like this. Maybe he is just going to go kill Chimere and Osha because he doesn't like him planning against him. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to ask him again some other time. Maybe if we get him on the phone for real next time. Oh my God, Connor. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars. Connor, I appreciate that at the Padawan level. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Greg Anthony, I apologize, says, such an awful written 25-minute soulless, pointless mess. Hang on, it keeps going. Mess of an incomplete setup of a second season of a show with forced cameos and bad writing.
Incorrect.
I mean, I don't know. I could not disagree with you more. Let's just put it that way. And it was a lot longer than 25 minutes. I've been playing Knights of the Old Republic nonstop for the last 2 months straight. That's awesome. I really hope they continue to remaster that game. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mike. What's up, Aiden? Says, is Chimere venomous? I'm going to say no now. Because venomous... I'm still going to say no, but you did make me think about it for a second. Venomous was Tenebrous' apprentice, while Plagueis was also Tenebrous' apprentice. And Plagueis actually kills Chimere, so technically that could still be in the running of situations going on here, but I don't think so. I don't think he's venomous. I think he's a new character entirely. Strangely enough, he's still just the stranger. We didn't get a name for Chimere in this season, which is interesting. But yeah, Brent, I appreciate that. Have a great rest of your night. Yeah. M-Word says there's literally no explanation as to why he is with May. Chimere, you're saying? He's a Sith Lord. I'm confused. Starkiller isn't canon? No, he's not. No. Oh, shnikes. Oh my God, Sonny, stop. Did you catch what Chimere said to Soul in the Chimere foreseen Osha killing Soul? Did you catch what Chimere said to Soul? Did I catch what Chimere said to Soul? Oh, you mean like when he said, not if she gets to you first, like Dova said? I did catch that, of course. I don't miss anything. Just kidding. I miss a lot of things. But I did catch that. Not if she gets to you first. Yeah, Chimere knew about the sort of force vision that Osha had earlier. So he knew that at least one of the twins was going to kill him. He knew that. He knew that. Literally, there's no explanation as to why Chimere is with May. Can you answer that? So obvious. So obviously. Wait, so obviously what? Why is Chimere with May? He's a Sith Lord. I don't understand this. Why is Palpatine rising to power in the Senate? Why is Vader existing? Like, a bad guy is a bad guy because he's a bad guy is a bad guy. Yes, there's a lot of Chimere's backstory that we don't know yet, but it's kind of being revealed as this show went along. He was a former Jedi. He was Vanestra Rose Padawan. I mean, it's all connected here. And he wants a Force-sensitive apprentice. That's also true. Brad says, I hope to get more Venestra in the future. Her character felt a little bit off compared to the books, in my opinion. Well, Brad, I can't really speak to that. I barely know Venestra from the books because I only read phase 1. And Venestra's not really in those books as much as I'm assuming she is in phase 3. But yeah, so I don't really feel a difference between the two characters as much as somebody who would be big into the High Republic novels. But I do hope we do get more of Venestra, and we will if there's going to be a second season. Freeland says, they are really making it so that it seems that all the Jedi are terrible people instead of just showing the ones that actually do good. I mean, there are Jedi who actually do good, but there also are ones that don't. Like Jeki, for example, she was only a Padawan, but she wasn't doing anything bad. Yord, for example, he's not corrupted by anything. He's not doing anything bad, you know? It is so hot down here. Can I get some Good Cups Full orders in the chat, please? I might dump this thing on my head right now. Screw 100,000 subscribers. I might just dump this thing on my head right now. Any idea on why Kylo Ren's music's in the Acolyte? That's a fan-freaking-tastic question, Life Gaming. Why? That was never explained. Why is Kylo Ren's theme in this freaking show? I guess that's kind of up to our own interpretation. I still think it has to do with Osha more than anything, especially now that she's turned to the dark side. But that is a great point. It was never fully explained, or at least specifically explained to us, why Kylo Ren's theme was in that 5th episode twice. Interesting. That's a great point. That's a great point. The senator made some excellent points. Yeah, he did. He did. He really did. So David Harewood, Ravencroft, whatever the hell his name was, he came in and he's supposed to be this bad guy that you dislike. He's supposed to be the senator that's trying to investigate the Jedi and everybody hates him. He was awesome. He was great. And the stuff that he was saying was just fact. If the Jedi were to ever fall to the dark side or were to ever do anything like that, what would the rest of the galaxy do? And he's absolutely right. And that's what happens in 100 years. A Sith rises to power, steals their most powerful Jedi, Anakin Skywalker, and takes over the entire galaxy. So he has the right to be concerned. The Senate should be concerned that the Jedi could do something like that, and that's eventually what happens. So Ravencroft, or whatever his name is, he was right. He was absolutely right about everything. Just another example of who do you believe in this show. Senator Chris upgraded his membership tonight. I appreciate that, Senator Chris. Indeed, I do. All right, I'm going to end this poll. Holy crap, with over 1,500 votes, which is by far the most amount of votes that we've ever had on a poll. 36% of you loved it, 22% or 23% of you hated it, 22% of you liked it, and 18% of you said meh. Again, all across the board, but with 1,500 votes and only 400 of you currently here, we can assume a lot of people just came in, voted, hated it, and left, as this is a very positive place. But that is crazy. 36% is by far the most amount of people who have loved the episode immediately after. This episode was something to love. Not just cameos of Plagueis and Yoda, but the story itself and ending it the way it needs to. We need season 2 ASAP. You're not going to be getting it for a long time. Season 2, if I were to guess, won't come out till 2027. That's 3 years from now. 2026, maybe. But again, that's still 2 years from now. It'll take a while. It'll take a while. Yeah. It'll definitely take a while. Damn, 2027. Again, that's just me speculating here. I don't know it's going to be for sure 2027, but think about it. Next year's Andor, to end this year's Skeleton Crew, next year's Andor, the following year, Andor and maybe Ahsoka, the following year is 2 movies. Mando and probably the Rey movie to end the year. And you probably have an animated show in there, maybe another live action show, maybe Acolyte season 2, but that's already 2026. That's already 2 years from now. And then if it's not in that year, it's going to be the following year, and that's 2027. So unless they start production today, which they aren't, then it's not going to be a while. It's going to be for a while. It's going to be quite a bit. Yeah. Oh, Sunny upgraded their membership to tonight. I appreciate that as well. That is very, very nice. Indeed. Let me just put up a quick poll before we get on out of here. Do you want a season 2? Yes or no? Let's see where we're at with this. Just purely, the show just ended. Where are we at? Season 2, yes or no? What do we think? Blake Winfrey. Oh my God, Blake. It's been a while. Says, hey, Mike, I've always loved your channel and watched it when it was a lot smaller. Gotta say, though, I wish I enjoyed this show, but it ain't for me. Hey, Blake, that's perfectly fine. But guess what? I appreciate you being here. Blake's been around the channel for quite a long time. I appreciate that, Blake. Indeed. A Clone Uprising television animation show, I'd be fully down for that. I don't know what the next animated show is going to be, but I certainly hope that that could be it. Indeed. When do we get a new trilogy? Honestly, Fire Crystal, I'm hoping it begins in 2026, and I'm hoping it's a Mandalorian trilogy. There's already 2 Mando movies set, ready to go. Dave Filoni's and Jon Favreau's, the Mando and Grogu movie, and then Dave Filoni's movie. Just make it a trilogy. You already got 2 movies. Star Wars works in trilogies. Let's just go Mando trilogy. Why not? Heir to the Empire, Mando trilogy. Just do it. You know? Just do it. Freelance says, people kept complaining about Ahsoka's bad choreography and for her being so slow. My response to them is, you try fighting with a big-ass headdress. I didn't think Ahsoka's choreography was slow. In the Ahsoka series, I thought the choreography was pretty great. I mean, the Acolyte makes it look slow. The Acolyte's freaking prequel level fast. But I didn't think Ahsoka was slow at all. Wes, stop. You just sent $20 to say .com? I appreciate it, Wes. I really do. But that's just too generous. You got to stop. Somebody freeze his bank account. I appreciate it. We should be getting a Thrawn trilogy. Well, that pretty much could be what this Mando trilogy is. Is Thrawn rising to power when he comes back to the galaxy in the Mando and Grogu movie? Then the next movie is him sort of being in charge of the galaxy, sort of as the heir to the Empire. And then the third movie can be his fall and maybe whatever happens there. I would love that. Absolutely love it. Rogue 2. Rogue 2. Let's do it. Let's do it. Rogue 2. Boba tells Vader, who blew up the Death Star. Yeah, let's do it. Rogue 2, a Star Wars story. That'd be awesome. Okay. All right. I gotta get on out of here. I gots to go. I gotta go make this breakdown video. Rogue 2, just a pile of ashes. There you go. Yeah. Cassian Andor, what is he up to now? He's having a beach day on Scarif. All right. I gotta get on out of here. I appreciate all of you more than you will ever know. Hey, the party doesn't stop now. Just because the Acolyte ended, we still have live streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the rest of your lives on this channel. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. I appreciate you guys so much more than you will ever know. The super chats were insanely generous tonight. I am so pleased that they stuck the landing with this finale. I cannot wait to make this breakdown video. I cannot wait to see you guys, all the love that you're going to give it in the comment section of that breakdown video. And I appreciate all of you guys. If you are not yet in the Discord, there's a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Go join it right now. Keep the conversation going all night long about this Acolyte show as I go make my breakdown video. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate everything. And may the Force be with you. Always. Hang on. This is my post-credit scene because the Acolyte did not have a post-credit scene. I forgot to go over this poll. This poll, by the way, that said, do you want a second season, with over almost 200 votes now? 76% of you say yes, to 23% of you saying no. The math is not mathing. But that is by far the majority of you guys wanting a second season, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Amazing. That was awesome. Okay, let's try this again. Shall we? Shall we? May the force be with you. Always. Oh yeah, what a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I'm a loss for words. I saw Darth Plagueis in live action for the first time tonight. What can I say? What can I say? I can't wait to make this breakdown video. Watch out for this breakdown video, hopefully by 4 a.m. If I can't get it out by 4 a.m., it will be 15 minutes later or 15 minutes after that. So watch out for that breakdown video very early in the morning. That is 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate all of you more than you will ever know. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody.